Okay, let's kick things off. What if there was this small kind of overlooked spice that could actually reignite that feeling of strength, confidence, maybe vitality you thought was, gone for good?
It's a pretty powerful idea, isn't it?
It really is. And today, we're doing a deep dive based on some really interesting insights from Dr. Moit Kara. He's a medical expert, right? With something like 3 decades helping men over 60.
Yeah, exactly. And he shared this on the Life After 70 YouTube channel. It's all about unlocking the body's own potential using, well, natural tools.
So our mission, really, is to unpack how this simple everyday spice we're talking about, cloves, how it's claimed to do all these amazing things like circulation, hormones, stress, sleep.
Even oral health, surprisingly.
Right. All leading back to feeling more like yourself. So we'll dig into the science behind it, the actual method, which sounds really simple and, what you could realistically expect.
And it's funny, isn't it, how often the solutions are right there, hiding in plain sight, things we just see as, well, ordinary. This whole deep dive is about how cloves, mainly through this key compound called eugenol, act as a natural vasodilator. It helps stimulate nitric oxide production, which is just so vital.
Okay, vasodilator and nitric oxide. Let's break that down. You mentioned eugenol as the key player. What exactly is that?
So eugenol is the main active compound in cloves, and its big job, for our purposes here, is acting as a vasodilator.
Meaning it opens things up?
Exactly. Think about it. After 60, lots of the body's tiny blood vessels, especially the ones supplying the sexual organs, they tend to get stiffer, narrower. Eugenol helps them relax, open back up.
Okay. Like a natural massage for your arteries. Is that a fair way to put it?
That's a great analogy, yeah. It improves that blood flow.
And you mentioned nitric oxide. Why is stimulating that naturally such a big deal? Isn't that what some medications do?
Well, yes, some medications aim to mimic that effect because nitric oxide is the body's own signal for blood vessels to relax. But eugenol encourages your body to make its own nitric oxide naturally.
Ah, so you're supporting the body's process rather than introducing something external.
Precisely. And often that means you avoid the potential side effects you might get with synthetic options like, headaches or that feeling of crashing later.
Makes sense. And how quickly does this start working? If someone tries this, when might they notice something?
That's another key point from the sources. It's fast. Because you're holding it in your mouth, the eugenol gets absorbed really quickly through the mucous membranes, straight into the bloodstream.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so some people report feeling this sort of gentle warmth almost right away. It's subtle, but it's a sign that circulation is already starting to improve. It's a direct pathway.
So this isn't about forcing the body. It's more like giving it permission to get back to how it's designed to work.
That's a perfect way to put it, returning to its original design.
Okay, let's shift a bit. Many men, as they get older, notice things. Well, they aren't working quite like they used to. And the sources stress this isn't some kind of personal failing, right? It's biology.
It's so common. And yeah, absolutely not a personal failure. It's down to biology. Over the years, things like chronic stress, maybe processed foods, inflammation, even just not moving enough.
All that takes a toll.
It does. It causes those small blood vessels, the really crucial ones for erectile function, to lose their flexibility. They get narrow, stiff, less blood flow gets through.
Right. It's a physical change.
It is. But here's the really encouraging part, the aha moment the sources talk about.
What's that?
It's not permanent, these changes. They are reversible.
Really? Okay, that's huge. So how does clove help reverse it beyond just that initial relaxation?
Well, eugenol doesn't just relax the vessels temporarily. Over time, with consistent use, it actually helps restore their flexibility. Think of it like cleaning out a rusty pipe, making it smooth again so things can flow properly.
That's a great visual, cleaning out the pipes.
And the proof is there. Some patients, after just a couple of weeks of doing this daily, they report waking up with morning erections again, sometimes for the first time in years.
Wow, just because the circulation finally has a chance to work properly again.
Exactly. It shows the body can recover function when it gets the right support.
Great, let's get practical. The 60-second method, you said it's simple.
Oh, incredibly simple. Sometimes the best solutions are right.
So true. Walk us through it.
Okay. You take 2 or 3 whole, dried cloves. Organic is good if you can get it, but good quality is the main thing.
Got it. 2 or 3. Then what?
Put it between your back teeth, your molars, and then slowly just bite down until you feel them crack open. Don't crunch them hard right away. Just crack them.
Okay, slow crack.
Then, for the first 30 seconds or so, just hold those broken pieces in your mouth. Let your saliva mix with the oils that get released.
And you might feel something then.
Yeah, you'll probably notice that strong, warm sensation we talked about. That's the eugenol absorbing. It's a good sign.
Okay, 30 seconds holding. What's next?
For the next 30 seconds, you start to chew them slowly. Really work the oils into your saliva. Mix it all up.
So a full minute in total.
Yep, about 60 seconds. And after that, you can just swallow the bits left over, or if you prefer, spit them out. Either way is fine.
And some people feel effects pretty quickly after that.
Some do, yeah, within minutes. They might describe feeling like a clearer head or just more present, more grounded. It's interesting.
Very. Now, timing. The sources mention is not just what you do, but when. Like tuning an instrument was the phrase used.
Yeah, timing can optimize the effects. And the suggestion, the golden hour, seems to be about an hour before you plan to go to sleep.
An hour before bed. Why then?
Well, doing it then helps relax the nervous system. It sort of primes your body for better, deeper sleep. And that's crucial because, well, most of your testosterone production, your body's repair work, all that good stuff happens during deep REM sleep.
Ah, so you're setting the stage for better hormone production overnight.
Exactly. You improve sleep quality, you directly support that natural hormone factory. It sets you up for better energy and focus the next day too.
Okay, so evening is key. But are there other good times? It's not only an evening thing.
No, not exclusively. Some people like doing it first thing in the morning, say on an empty stomach. You can kind of jumpstart circulation, set a calm but alert tone for the day.
Interesting. Any others?
Yeah, also maybe before a workout or even just a walk or about 30 to 45 minutes before intimacy. People report an added sense of, presence, connection, maybe even stamina.
So different options depending on your goals.
Right. But the main thing really is consistency. Doing it daily seems to be where the real cumulative benefits come from. It builds momentum.
Let's talk about stress. This silent saboteur, as the sources call it, it's often overlooked, but it seems to have a massive impact on vitality.
Oh, huge. It's an invisible force, but the physiological impact is very real. Chronic stress basically floods your system with cortisol.
The stress hormone.
That's the one. And there's this direct inverse relationship between cortisol and testosterone. When cortisol is high, consistently high, your body essentially slams the brakes on making testosterone.
Wow. So more stress literally means less testosterone.
Pretty much. It impacts everything: energy, mood, sex drive, the works.
So how do cloves fit into managing this? How do they help?
Well, cloves contain another interesting compound, beta-caryophyllene.
Okay.
And this compound actually binds to receptors in your brain, the same ones that signal safety and calm. It helps to dial down that stress response.
So it's chemically telling your brain to chill out, basically.
In a way, yes. People often describe feeling a sort of release, maybe in their chest, or just mental clarity, like letting go of pressure they didn't even know they were holding on to.
And when that happens, when cortisol drops,
Then testosterone has a chance to naturally rise again. Your body can get back to its normal production levels when it's not fighting that chronic stress signal. It's about restoring balance.
makes perfect sense. And that ties right into sleep, doesn't it? The sleep-testosterone connection. If sleep is off, hormones suffer.
They absolutely do. We touched on it earlier that deep REM sleep is prime time for testosterone production and all sorts of bodily repair.
And that's what so many guys over 60 struggle with, right? Lying awake, waking up multiple times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never feeling properly rested. And that lack of quality sleep directly tanks your hormone levels, your energy, your drive. It's a vicious cycle.
So how do cloves help break that cycle? Is it just the stress reduction?
It's partly that, but it's also the eugenol working alongside the beta-caryophyllene. Together, they seem to calm both the circulatory system and the part of the brain that regulates your sleep-wake cycle.
Ah, so it's a dual action for sleep.
Seems like it. Chewing them in the evening can help ease you into a deeper, more stable sleep pattern.
And the benefits of that would be?
Well, we hear reports of people actually dreaming again, which suggests more REM sleep. Waking up feeling genuinely refreshed, more mental clarity, more energy, and significantly stronger morning erections, which is a direct sign of better overnight hormone activity.
So if you're struggling with rest or feeling that drive fade, improving sleep is really ground zero.
It really is. It's fundamental.
Okay, this next connection really surprised me. Gum disease and erectile strength. That seems like a leap. How on earth are those related?
It sounds unlikely at first, doesn't it? But it highlights how interconnected everything in the body is. Your mouth is basically a gateway to your bloodstream.
Okay.
So if you have gum disease, you've got harmful bacteria flourishing there. And those bacteria don't just stay put. They can get into your circulation.
Right, I see where this is going.
Once in the bloodstream, they trigger inflammation. And that inflammation isn't just local. It affects blood vessels everywhere, including the delicate ones needed for erections. It damages them, makes them less efficient.
Like trying to run water through a hose clogged with mud was the analogy used.
Exactly like that. Chronic inflammation messes up blood flow systemically.
Were there stats on this? I feel like I saw something quite striking.
Yeah, the sources point to studies showing men with advanced gum disease might be up to 70% more likely to also experience erectile dysfunction.
70%. That's
Yeah.
staggering. It really drives home the connection.
It really does. But here's where cloves come in again. Clove oil is a potent natural antiseptic.
Ah, so chewing them helps clean up the mouth.
Precisely. It acts like a daily oral detox. It helps neutralize those harmful bacteria right there in the mouth, reducing the chance they'll enter the bloodstream and cause that damaging inflammation. Cleaner mouth, potentially cleaner blood flow.
Okay, that link makes a lot more sense now. It's all about inflammation and circulation.
Fundamentally, yes.
So let's put it all together. If someone commits to this, tries this 60-second habit daily, what's the journey look like? What might they realistically expect over, say, the first week, then 2 weeks, then a month?
Okay, so in the first 7 days, the changes are often quite subtle. You might notice that warm sensation we talked about more consistently. Maybe your head feels a bit clearer. Sleep might be slightly deeper, perhaps a little bit more motivation. Quiet shifts.
Internal signals that things are starting to rebalance.
Exactly. Then, moving into the second week, by about day 14, things often become more noticeable, more external.
Like,
Energy levels might be more obviously improved. Mornings might feel distinctly different. And this is often when many men report the return of those spontaneous morning erections. Sometimes, like we said, for the first time in years.
okay, so that's a pretty clear sign circulation and hormones are responding.
It's a very strong indicator, yes, that things are starting to come back online more consistently.
And then pushing through to the 30-day mark for those who stick with it.
By day 30, look, many men genuinely report feeling like a different person. It sounds dramatic, but that's the feedback.
Wow.
Erections tend to return with more consistency, more strength. But it's often bigger than just that. There's a shift in overall confidence, how they carry themselves. And importantly, if intimacy has been strained, that connection, that sort of emotional presence with their partner, that often starts to rebuild too.
It sounds like it touches multiple aspects of well-being.
It really does. The ultimate goal, as Dr. Caro puts it, is just to feel like yourself again, to feel like you're living in a body that's alive and capable, not one that feels stalled or shut down.
So wrapping this up, what we've really uncovered here is that maybe the strength, the vitality you've been looking for, it isn't some far-off dream. It could start with something incredibly simple.
A small daily investment.
Yeah. Just chewing a couple of cloves for a minute, and the potential ripple effect is huge. Better blood flow, calmer nerves, deeper sleep, reignited hormones, even healthier gums protecting everything else.
It's quite profound when you think about it.
It really is. Which leads to a final thought, maybe something for you, the listener, to consider.
Yep.
Well, if something as simple, as accessible as chewing a spice for 60 seconds can trigger these kinds of changes across your whole system, what other overlooked natural tools might be hiding in plain sight? What else could be out there, waiting to support your vitality and help you protect this strength, maybe for years to come?
It's a great question to ponder. And the power to start exploring that, as always, lies with you.